Well, I had been getting weaker and weaker for a good long while, maybe for a week or two. And finally, I just kept doing what I do every day and feeling weaker every day from the day before. The night before, it was like I felt terrible. And that's when Karen called Dr. Lawrence in Lockhart. He said, "Why don't you go to the emergency room?" And I said, I just said, "No, I'm not going to the emergency room." And he said, "Well, then be at my office at 8 o'clock in the morning." So I was there, and that's when it all got started. My EKG was a little bit off from a year or two ago. So he sent me to the cardiologist, Dr. Solomon, who was in town that day. We were in Lockhart, and Dr. Solomon did another EKG on me and told me that I should go to the hospital. Dr. Solomon was sure that I needed probably a stent in my heart. And so the next morning, I went to the cath lab, which all those people down there were really good. They did a heart cath on me. When that was over, Dr. Solomon told me that there was nothing wrong with my heart. So they sent me in to have a CAT scan. And when the CAT scan was over, he said my lungs were full, both lungs were full of blood clots. So he said, "We are going to do that tomorrow." Dr. Johnny came the next morning, and he was extremely good too. And they did the lung cath on me. They told me I would feel better in 24 hours, and in 24 hours I felt like a completely different person. Well, I've been in San Marcos, or around San Marcos, I was born in San Marcos, so I haven't gotten very far away from there too many times. I've had a lot of experience in the San Marcos Hospital. This one was by far the best. The staff from the very beginning, from the man that came to the car and put me in a wheelchair and rolled me in, was just amazing. They were all nice, they were all extremely friendly and extremely helpful. Throughout my stay there, everybody was that way.